Hello, everybody. Let me remove my screens here. How's your week going so far? If you're here on the live, say hi. If you're on the replay, say hi. Brianne, you are on fire, girl, just so you know. Everything you're sharing, I love that you're sharing it all. You're doing awesome. So proud of you. Keep it up. So, today is day 7. We have 3 days left. Are you excited? Are you nervous about it ending? What's coming up for you? If you want to move forward and keep going, let me know. We can come up with something. If you haven't seen the Inhale program that I have, that is available. Or if you want something, if there's something else on your radar, let me know. If there's someone else on your radar or you need a referral to somebody, let me know that too. So today we're talking about, hold on, need some coffee. We are talking about everything gets to be for you and used for your good. And if you're familiar with a lot of what I say, then I'm a big, I was gonna say proponent, that's not the right word. A big part of what I do is finding the positive intention of how everything is actually for you, because everything that happens to us in life, there is a positive intention, whether we see it in the moment or not. Everything does work out for our good, whether we choose to see it that way in the moment. Or, maybe it takes a couple months to come back and see it that way. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So you cannot fuck this up. Really, there is no way you can fuck this up. Like, not even like just this within the program. I mean, like the things you're doing in your day-to-day life, like outside of here, you cannot fuck it up. Like, it is all happening for you. Okay. And I'm going to break that down here in a second. So as I posted above this, there really isn't a workbook for this one. We're just going to talk about some concepts today, okay? Everything gets to be used for your good. Every big failure will teach you and season you, and you will learn something from it. Just like every epic win you have is going to hone you and calibrate you to that next level. And while every painful thing that happens in your life is happening to strengthen you, and you're going to grow so much from every single one of those. Hello. Can't see who it is. It doesn't show me on my laptop. Say hi if you're here. Just like every scary moment sharpens you. All of it gets to be for your good. Every single piece of it is for your good, okay? So let's dive in to what that actually means. So one of the reasons that, or one of the things that really sets me apart from other people is that I like to tell myself this anyways, maybe this isn't how you see it, but this is how I see it. Anytime something really hard or scary or crazy or fucked up, anytime something like that happens, I get to ask myself, how is this for my good? Like, what is the positive thing that is coming out of this? And, I'm not perfect at this by any means, but I have gotten so much better at it compared to where I used to be. It's actually something that I can remind myself of, like, in the moment now, the majority of the time, to come back to, how is this for my good? Okay. So, and like I said, I'm not perfect at this by any means, but I've been able to do it so many times now that it just gets to be something that I just do, right? It's kind of grown into like an instinctual thing, and it's just a habit thing. Is just to, it's instinct now when something happens, just to look at it and ask, well, how is this for me right now? How is this for my good right now? How is this going to better me in the future? And when we get to take it a step further and, realizing and understanding that, yes, this actually is for my good, so is every situation. Every situation gets to be for me and gets to be used as that, something good. Like in the past, I think with my whole maternity leave thing, in in the past, I still freaked out, don't get me wrong. But in the moment, it was like, look at all the possibilities that are available to me right now. If I accept this for what it is and just really dig into it and breathe into it and just kind of let it flow over me and, see it for all that it really could be, then yeah, I'm excited that I can go on maternity leave right now. And in the past, I would have been like, oh my God, I'm freaking the fuck out. I don't know. Like, I don't have as much as I want in savings. I don't have as much of this. I don't have as much as that. I don't have any of my baby stuff because I haven't. It hasn't. I just don't have a reason for it. I just haven't done it. But in the past, I would have freaked out, right? So my reaction isn't negative like it used to be. Okay, I'm now able to pull the goodness out of it and be like, well, I can spend all this time here with you guys. I can grow my reach in my business and, get the word out there better. So it's like, of course, this is going to work for me. Of course it will. So, I chose and I still am choosing to see life that way. This is what I choose to feel instead of the pressure of what normal, whatever normal is, of what normal people would do. Like, if they had some situation come up and then maybe they would feel angry or resentment or fear, and I've chosen to see it as this is a present for me. Like, how can this be a gift for me? Because it is a gift for me, because I know stuff doesn't happen in my life that is not for me. Everything that happens for me or to me is happening for me. Okay. So I know when intense things happen, like this maternity leave, I know it is for my good. It is stretching me so much faster than what I would have done on my own if I was still required to show up at my night job. I wanted to say day job. It tricks me. It's a night job. It's not it's a day job, but it's a night shift job. Anyways, so when something intense like that shows up, I'm seeing it as this is a great opportunity for me to really go all into something that I'm really truly passionate about, because I'm not at my job, right? I don't care about that like I do about this kind of work, because this kind of work means so much more to me than going and taking care of a patient does. Granted, I do love helping those people, but it is not near as rewarding as what this kind of work is. Okay. So yeah, I get to look at how does this support me? How does this strengthen me? How does this season me, right? And then, every big failure will teach and season you. When you can train yourself to see a reaction, to reflect back on something 6 months later, that's great. That's wonderful. It really is. It's great that you can look back and realize how it was for you. You might not have been able to see it then in the moment, but you were able to step back from it now and see it for what it was and how much you learned from it and how things shifted and how everything got better for you. And that is an awesome start. It really is. And it's also a great start after you have a moment where you get to freak the fuck out and kind of go binge eat a little bit or have a meltdown or go start an argument with somebody. You have this explosion occur because of something that triggered you. And then in those moments, you can get yourself to calm down and apologize or get back to clarity. That's even better than waiting for the 6 months out to be able to look back and realize what was happening. So that's awesome too, to be able to have the meltdown or the freak out moment and be able to catch yourself, right? Because the reason that is so awesome and that's a step, like a good, better thing, is that it's because you're getting it and you're seeing it for what it is in the moment and you're catching it, and then you get to implement it, right? And then you get to actually in the moment, or a few moments later, be like, oh, I realized I was just an asshole. How is this for me? How can I have a better relationship from this now? How is this triggering me and me now wanting to go eat everything that I've been marking as off limits? Like, how is me having that binge for me? And we'll get into that in just a second. So if we have like a good, better, and best mentality around this, 6 months and the good would be 6 months out, you can step back and see what was happening. Then the better thing would be you are in the middle of something, the explosion happens, and then you react a certain way, and then you catch it maybe a few moments or a few hours later or several days later, and then you go back and you're like, oh, well, now that I see that that was happening, this is how it was actually for me. The best thing would be is when your natural reaction is like, wow, this has just happened, or this is currently happening, and I'm about to learn something freaking epic right now. Okay, I must be up leveling right now. Like, if this is the shit that's going on, then I must about to be able to, like, something great is coming my way, and I cannot wait to see what that is. This is intense, so there must be something great for me here. Does that make sense? So when that is your reaction, it is so valuable. All three phases of that is valuable, but that is when you are like, fuck yes, I am in this. And that kind of, I was so proud of myself when I got that phone call about the whole maternity thing. It's like, this scares the holy shit out of me. And then, thank God, Marky listens. Apparently he does listen to what I say, even if I like to say that he doesn't. He kind of did a ninja coaching question on me, and I was like, oh, touche, buddy. And it really, I was able to come to this place and be like, how is this so good for me right now? Like, what is coming? Because this is like so intense, and there's got to be something epic on the other side of this. I was like, fuck yeah, I got there. Does that make sense? And I'm so glad that I've been able to train myself and be able to get myself to that place where I can do that, where I can see how everything, or the majority of the things, are for me, on top of, how is it better for me? How am I able to maximize all the fucked up situations and all the fucked up stuff that happens in my day-to-day life? All the hard and challenging and all the stressful situations that I'm now able to maximize those circumstances the majority of the time, right? And I don't have this down. Like I said, I'm not perfect at this. And I never probably will be perfect at it, but it's the thing that matters is that I know that it's there and it is available to me. Just like the other day when I was saying, your job is to hold space for what's available for other people. Hold space for what's available for you too. And, it's not about doing it perfectly. It's about having it down enough to trust yourself that when you are squeezed, what comes out is not freaking out. It's not anger. It's not trying to control something or being really resentful or judging yourself or telling yourself like, oh, I'm bad, I'm stupid, it should have looked like this, I should have done that, and now I'm going to go eat all the fucking chocolate bars or all the ice cream, right? When you can get to that place, it's like, you won't waste near as much energy there as you used to, because that's what I found. I don't waste near as much time in those shitty places anymore like I used to do. Like, that's constantly where I used to live. And now it's my goal for you to start implementing this so that you're not wasting your energy there either, because it doesn't serve you. So now it's like, I see that I have this and this to learn. So how am I going to pull in resources for this thing and for that thing? So that's when I would pull in people, like support people, and not be afraid to ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with saying you need support in a certain area. That's why I just hired the team. It's like, is this the best time? Probably, I don't know. Probably not. Most people would say I'm fucking crazy. A lot of them have, but it's like, you know what? I know what's coming, and I know that I need to, it's like the perfect time for me to learn how to be an epic leader, and like a really like a boss actually is really what it is. It's weird, but it's like, I wouldn't have pulled the trigger if this other situation hadn't have happened. Does that make sense? It's like when you can see things for what they are and you're like, this is the support I need right now, I'm pulling that in. Fuck yes, I'm going to do that, because that is what I need right now. Same thing with questions. Questions are so powerful. Like, if you are asking questions, that means you're actually thinking about the things that are going on. You genuinely are curious about it and saying, what about this? What about that? There are no dumb questions. Ask all the fucking questions, please. It's just like in nursing, I actually had thought about going back to nursing as like an instructor or something because I love teaching and I love it when like the new grads or the nursing students that are there, they come up and they would ask me questions because I'm not the nurse who's going to bite their head off. And I actually encourage them to ask questions. If they don't have questions when they're following me, there's a problem because I know you don't know near as much as I do. Not that I know everything, but I remember when I was a nursing student and what it felt like. And I hated asking questions because they made me feel so stupid. There is no stupid question. So ask the questions. So I don't want you to just let this go in one ear and out the other. I want you to actually hear this. This can change your freaking life if you just hear it and learn it and then go implement it with intention. Because when you implement this and it's just your natural reaction, then you are in charge. You are the one who is empowering the other people around you. You're empowering yourself, and you can handle anything that comes your way because it's your reaction when shit comes up and when shit hits the fan. It feels like, it's like, I got this. I can totally see how this is going to work for me now. So let's get your reaction to be, how is this for me? What is it that I'm about to learn, or what am I learning right now? What is it that I'm seasoning? What is it that I'm strengthening? What support do I need to pull in for myself right now? What questions do I have? What questions do you guys have right now? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to know. This is why I always also have a mentor, and I honestly don't think I would ever go without one. I kind of did that right after I found out I was pregnant, actually. I just kind of shut down. It's like I had too many changes, and that was my reaction to a lot of different things. That actually was my reaction to multiple areas of my life. It would be like, not the foggy brain, but it would just be like, fuck this. I'm going to slam the brakes on, completely shut down, and then I'm going to go hide and isolate myself so nobody can do anything to me. I can't fuck anything up. It was just like, holy shit. Like, so many life transitions happened at the same time. And I also had just finished up with my mentor, Mandy, at the time for the program I was in with her. And I really went into like a hibernation phase. And then I realized, oh, it's because I have depression. Maybe that's it. It's like, no, like I think that's just everything that's going on top of it. So I will never go without a mentor again. And that's why I bring mentors in, because I want people who will fucking tell me what's up. They will be real with me. I can, if I have a question, I can ask them, and I know that they're not judging me for asking that question because I want to know. I want someone who's gotten the results that I want, and that I want to know that they are available to me when something does come up and I need my ass kicked. Like, I need to get back in gear really fast. And that's exactly what happened. I realized that. So I was like, what support do I need? So I went and I got back with Mandy, and I was like, this is where I'm at. This is what I did. This is where I want to be. Let's get there. Okay. And then I asked all the questions. And I did, like, and then I had to start rewiring all this work because I went down into that shutdown mode. Like, oh, that's the reaction that caused everything. That's the energy. Like the other day, what is the energy? Like, how are you reacting to the situation? What's the energy in it? What needs to shift? That's all of that stuff, you guys. Can you see how all of that ties in together? Oh, it all goes hand in hand. It really does. It's the same thing for my team. Like I was saying a little while ago, most people would be scared shitless to hire their team when they just went on maternity leave. It's like, because that takes a decent size of money, decent chunk of money. I'm not going to lie. It really does. And it does scare the shit out of me, but it's like, I know I got to fucking show up and I got to back that now, right? But the upside is I get to have so much fun in my business now and creating. It's more work right now because I'm teaching them all the things that I do, like the things that I like, which in the past would have also made me cringe. I didn't realize this, but in the past I would have cringed when somebody asked me what it is that I like, how did I want things done? How do I, like, what can make it better for them? Like, how could they do a better job for me? That would have made me feel like diva status. And it's just like, No, like I hired them. They actually want to do a good job for me because I'm technically, in a way, their boss, right? So they want to know how to make me happy. They want to know the kind of things that I like. So it's like, oh, so I get to learn how to be a boss and how to actually get even more specific and clear about the things that I want and how I like things done, right? And it's actually really loving when you can give someone clarity so that they know how to please you and so they can do a good job because they want to do a good job for you, right? It's just like going to a restaurant when you have a waiter or waitress or something. Like they want to serve you. That's why that is their job. Yeah, they're there for a paycheck, but their job is to serve you and to make you feel like you are taken care of. So when they ask if there's anything else you need, they genuinely want to know, is there anything else that you need? I would be happy to get that for you. Let them know. Don't be like, oh no, I'm good. When your fucking glass is empty, that's just stupid. Don't do that. So, yeah. Right now I'm learning how to lead and guide a team. And can you see how that's for me? Like, can you see how all that stuff just kind of falls into place and trickles out like that? It's crazy how it works, isn't it? So this is about making this part of your nervous system so that it's just your natural reaction to things. It's what's going to come out when you get squeezed. It just becomes a part of who you naturally are. So like before, if your reaction was to shut down, get the foggy brain, isolate yourself like I did, if you're a binge eater, all the things, those are all the things that we need to shift. So we rewire it, implement it, and then we put it back on our radar that everything is happening for me. Everything is happening for my good. And I know that you are a super strong, incredible person, and I hold you as totally and completely able to call this concept in and let it be used for your good so that you can have and be a savvy and strong and happy and healthy human being and learn all the pieces of all the things that are going on around you. Because the negative things that come in are because when negative things come into our life, let's just be honest, when those negative things come into our life, it's because we're open for them to come in. It's like we open the door and it's like, here you go, come on in, right? So when it comes in, we get to be like, okay, cool. So what is my lesson here right now? There's always a lesson. There's always a way to strengthen and grow and go to the next level. There's something new that I can implement here, right? And it doesn't get to come from like a safety place. It's like, oh, like all this stuff is happening, like with the maternity thing. Most people probably would have been like, oh, I can't spend any money now. I have to save every penny that I have. That's surviving. That is not thriving. This is going to rhyme. We are striving for thriving, not surviving. All right. So if you can train your nervous system to see that a circumstance is truly and genuinely for your good and believe that is support for you, I know it feels kind of hard and fucked up, and it might feel unfair, and it might even feel like life would be easier without this thing, but it also wouldn't be easier because there's something in it for you to grow and expand, and it's going to keep hitting you in the face until you learn the lesson from it, right? So when you can know and trust in the moment that it's for you, so many of your defenses will be freed up. Your defenses will naturally just come down. You will not be wasting all that energy on trying to defend yourself because you can see that it's for you, and then you just automatically switch over to the offense, right? So every big failure will teach and season you. Does that sound different now after hearing that, or does it make more sense after hearing all that stuff? Let me know. I'll make sure I explain that good enough for you guys. Okay. If you're on the replay, let me know. Moving on. Every epic win hones you. Now, this is why I keep saying to celebrate your ass in the group, okay? If you didn't see, this is also why on my personal page, I'm starting to do daily celebrations now. This is why. Sorry, I have like sinus pressure. So every epic win hones you. this isn't just about, the bad stuff that comes up. There is a purpose for the bad stuff and the negative stuff that comes into our life, obviously. This is also about the little good things and the big good stuff. Do you guys like this? Can you see that? Let me move this so I can see if you can see it. It's like can you see it? Wrong way. It's an aromatherapy thing. There's oil in there. My nails look like shit, don't they? I need to fix those. Oh my god. It's a deep relax ball. It smells so good. I've been using the hell out of it. I've only had it for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm just constantly, it's like always in my pocket. It came in my FabFitFun box. If you don't get those, you should totally get those, by the way, just saying. And I have an affiliate code if you want one. I can get you a discount. But yeah, I love it. Oh my god, sorry. It's like a habit. Every time I do chapstick, I have to do the roller ball. Okay. Back to this. Oh my gosh. So yeah, this isn't just about the bad stuff. This is also about the little wins, the big wins that you have, and celebrating it and not being afraid to share it with the world. Like, not being afraid to share how happy you are with the world and how much you're growing and expanding. And it's like, look at all these amazing things that are coming my way because I'm doing this and this is what I'm shifting. And look at how epic this is. Like, oh, like, of course I want you to celebrate all that stuff. You are so allowed to be so happy and to celebrate your wins. Like, shine that light on yourself. My goodness, I was taught when I was little, oh, don't brag about yourself. It's like, no, I'm celebrating. Don't, and then you would celebrate, and then they'd be like, oh, well, you made so and so look bad because you're celebrating how awesome you are, how awesome of a job you did. Fuck that. That took me a little while to get over too. That's why I love celebrating stuff now. Like, I could definitely be doing a better job of it. That's why I made it a daily intention to start celebrating where publicly it is seen. Okay? Even the little things. Yes, brushing my teeth was on there yesterday. I still need to brush my teeth today. It is bad when I don't have to go to work or leave the house. I'm not gonna lie, I forget to brush my teeth. God. So again, you are allowed to be happy and to have wins, okay? And when someone gets triggered by you celebrating and by you being genuinely happy, it's because they are not in tune to believing that everything gets to be for them, and they're not uplifted to that concept. So their natural reaction is to get triggered, and we see what comes out when they are squeezed. And it's criticism, putting you down, telling you how you need to be quiet, quit bragging about yourself, things like that, because that's what they do in order to feel safe. So they need to bring you back down to their level. Does that make sense? So we're sharing our epic wins, big or small, and we are shouting it from the rooftops, okay? Because the people who cannot handle it will move along. That's just how it is. There will be people who come and go in your life when you start doing this work and really implementing it, and that is totally fine. If they cannot be happy with you or for you, they'll move along, okay? And the people who can withstand that and like join you in that, they will naturally be drawn to you, and they will come into your life and they will celebrate right along with you, and it feels so fucking good. So we're also sharing wins and celebrations and getting used to feeling safe doing that, because when you're participating in celebrating yourself, you are participating in creating the kind of world where it's allowed for you to do that. It's allowed and safe for your kids to be able to be happy about the things they're accomplishing. And it's creating a world where everybody gets to experience that. Because let's be honest, how many people do you know that as soon as they have a big win or a big promotion or something really awesome happens, they just brush it off and they don't even celebrate? You're like, that was really big. Why are you just ignoring it like that? What the fuck? So if you wonder why people are happy to show off, like when people get new cars or when people buy a house, or like if you get new shoes or something like that, you wonder why they're so happy to show that stuff off. It's because it's really powerful to show those things off. It's like, you're not bragging. You are being like, look at what I accomplished. This is so awesome. Look at what I get to provide myself now. This feels awesome. And you're celebrating that. So it's powerful for you. It's powerful for them. It's powerful for everybody who sees that and it gets to be engaged in that in one way or another. So the next time, if you're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or something, or you hear somebody celebrate something or like this just happened in their life, the next time something like that happens and it triggers you, I want you to ask yourself, how is that for me? How is this for me right now? Because sharing your wins is vulnerable. Let's just be honest, it's vulnerable to talk about how excited you are and all the good shit you got done every day. It is. And it's hard, and it's something that we have to grow through, and we have to be able to teach our nervous system that we are safe to do that, because you are safe to do that. Okay, moving on. Every painful event will strengthen you. So when something painful happens, you can choose how you react. Like the other day we were talking about, you get to choose your reaction to things. So if something painful happens and you choose a messy behavior, and then you learn to get through that situation with that messy behavior, like maybe you drink too much wine, you are the person who goes and eats the ice cream at nighttime, or maybe you go get yourself a candy bar, in those moments you get to ask yourself, what do I get to implement for that not to be my go-to anymore? Does that make sense? What do I get to implement for that not to be my go-to anymore? So when the messy behavior happens, or when the shitty thing happens, let me rephrase this. My words are getting so tongue-tied right now. I probably need more to drink. So, let me repeat that so my words are not. When something painful happens and you choose a messy behavior and you learn to get through that with your messy behaviors, like the binging or the lashing out or the isolating yourself or the foggy brain, you get to ask yourself, what do I get to implement for that not to be my go-to behavior anymore? I hope that makes a little more sense. So let me go a little bit deeper. What is missing in my life for it to be like pain? I experience pain, now I go grab food. I experience pain, now I go drink wine. I experience pain, then I go get a soda. I experience pain, and then I go do whatever the thing is. Numb out on Netflix, numb out scrolling through Facebook, whatever. It's like pain, and then there's your reaction to it. I want you to be really honest, do you really want to live the rest of your life with nothing challenging that behavior? Or do you want something to challenge it so that you can grow through that behavior, so that you're required to show up and be different the next time that situation happens? So instead of being like, oh, here's this thing again, that situation just happened, I feel like this again, I'm going to go open up the wine. It gets to be, here's another opportunity for me to practice my new behavior. So we like the situations that flush these behaviors up because it is for us, and we are learning how to grow and move through the bullshit behavior. Does that make sense? This is why I say when people continually hit that wall, or they come up against the same thing over and over and over again, a lot of the time they can't figure this piece out. This isn't, you say you want to move past it. You say you don't want to binge eat anymore. You say you want to lose weight. You say you want to get in a habit of doing X, Y, or Z. Okay, so when the thing comes up, you need to be able to practice something different. And that situation is going to keep occurring or recurring because the universe is like, oh, you said you wanted to change that. Let's see what you do this time. Let's see if you do something different this time. Let's see if you do something different this time. Let's see if you're going to keep on doing the same thing that you've always done, or let's see if you're really serious this time. Does that make sense? I'd love to know what your behavior is, by the way. Love to know. I used to be. I used to be a really bad emotional eater, especially through nursing school. It was bad. I That's when I was doing all my bodybuilding stuff and thought I wanted to be a personal trainer. I would do great throughout the day, and then I come home to my shitty ass boyfriend, not my husband. Let me clarify that. And I would drink like crazy because that's what he did and that's what his friends did. So I would drink and then I would binge eat and then I would wonder why I wasn't getting the results I wanted. It's because I wasn't doing anything differently. I just kept doing the same behavior over and over again. I kept putting myself in the situation and I wasn't learning from it. Does that make sense? Okay, moving on. Let me know if you have questions on the replay, by the way. Every scary moment sharpens you. So fear, we've talked about fear. I love talking about fear. Fear likes to make everything be like, oh, this is so hard. This is how it's always, I feel like I'm talking like Eeyore. This, this is always how it goes. This is just what happens. Blah, 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 blah. Poor me. The things that scare you are there to sharpen you, okay? Everything is always for you. Every single thing is an opportunity and a chance to grow and strengthen you and grow and a chance to become more, more of what you want to be. And it's yours to choose if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. So this is the last piece. The work is the work. This is why I say all the time that your work looks different from my work, blah, blah, blah. The work is the work. It is what it is for every single one of us. This means that you might not like your reaction to something, and it might feel like it's so far away from you, and you don't know if you're ever going to get there. You don't know if you're ever going to get to where you want to be. Well, so what? Suck it up. It is what it is, because you're exactly where you're meant to be doing what you're doing right now. I have to remind myself of this a lot too. Again, this is nothing that I am perfect at. It is something that I implement every single day. This is why I know this is so life-changing, okay? You're exactly where you're meant to be right now at exactly the right time. You are not supposed to be further along than you are right now. This is always what it was going to look like, and the work is the work. Everyone who's crushing life in the area you want has been where you're at. It might have been a little bit different circumstances, but they have been where you're at. Okay, and they had to work through their own bullshit to get where they wanted to be, just like you're having to work through yours to get to where you want to be. So when you can get excited about it and focus on your wins and focusing on you shifting and growing just 1% a day, 1%, that's all that's required, and focusing on that it's getting better and better and that life is changing, that is powerful. I want you to acknowledge that you are here doing this work right now. Like, you are here. Look at all the people who are not. You are moving through this. You're getting through your own bullshit. You're calling yourself out and you're like, I'm fucking doing this. And when you stay focused on the fact that you did shift that 1%, this did shift just a little bit, 1%. It compounds over and over. Every single day, that 1% is going to compound, right? It's like, I did get just a little bit better in that one area today. I did that thing just a little bit better today. You're doing amazing just by doing that. Really, you are. So I want you to let that soak in. Like, you are doing amazing. So just keep going. It's like, what is next for you? I don't know, and I cannot wait to see. So when we can focus on that and keep that energy and that momentum up, and you're not focused on, oh my God, look how far away I am for the thing that I want, blah, 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 it's going to take me so long to get there. I don't trust myself and I'm going to fuck this up anyway. And what if it doesn't work? No, we're not doing that. We are not doing all that crap. We're just not. It won't feel hard, and it won't feel that far away when you actually see that you are growing right here, right now. Every single one of you is literally growing as we are speaking, okay? The clients that I have, like Laura, who's in here, sorry if I called you out, I don't think you'll mind about this. But the clients that I have, like Laura, who I'm so lucky and I have the pleasure of working with one-to-one. I get to literally watch her as she grows and expands through so much of her own bullshit. And it really is my honor to be able to reflect back to her just how far she's come, how fast she's growing, and everything that she is actually doing for herself. It's like you see how incredible you're doing, right? Like, I really want you to acknowledge yourself, Laura. Like, and every single one of you here, I want you to see how much incredible work you are really doing right now. You know, you see how it was like this, and now it's like this. And that's why I love doing one-to-ones as well, because I can reflect that back. It's like, this is where you started, and this is where you're at now. Look at all the shit you've broken through. Look at all the stuff that has changed. It's so awesome being able to, you know, be on the outside and see that for them and remind them of that over and over again. So I love that. Thank you for letting me do that, Laura. So I love to reflect that back, because oftentimes we aren't paying attention to that stuff. You know, we're just focused on the things that aren't going good enough or how we want just yet. So everything is for your good, and your work is the work. Don't resist it, because the more you resist it, the more it's going to keep hitting you in the face and keep coming up, and you'll just keep repeating it over and over again. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm guilty of this too. So it's about accepting where you're at, like fully surrendering to where you are and letting the lesson just be the lesson, so that you can get to the other side of it and feel yourself strengthen and grow and expand and shift just that 1%, because you have all of the power within inside yourself. You know, you have power over all of this anytime you choose to accept that you are the one who is in power. So don't be the person who just lets all this go in one ear and out the other. Don't be that person. Hear this and, you know, watch and see where opportunities to practice present themselves. If you just allow yourself to watch and see where you have hard or scary or really fucked up things, where you can surrender and learn, and it's like, what can I shift, and what in me is trying to mature? You know, what am I bullshitting myself about? What behavior would I love to clean up? What behaviors are causing this? Or how am I contributing to this? You know, those are powerful questions to ask yourself. And it's so powerful to be able to just step back from it and see how all of this is for you and strengthening you and making you better every single day. So don't let it just go in one ear and out the other. Okay, that is it for the day. Sorry, this was a little bit longer. I feel like this was definitely a lot more in-depth one with a lot of different concepts for you guys. So if you really have any questions, let me know. If something isn't making sense, let me know. I'd love to know what comes up for you in this. We do have 3 more days together, and if you are wanting to do the, I'm pitting, oh my gosh, I pit when I do this. Sorry guys, see my sweaty armpits. The giveaway, yeah, 30-minute session with me or a 1-hour massage to a place of your choice. Let me know. I posted the guidelines for that. It'll be, I was going to announce it today, but I haven't received anything yet, which is interesting. That's something I've been working on too, actually. That's actually why I did it, because I want my business to grow and expand from people like my clients. I want it to be referral based. And that's something that my mentors do. They have us do testimonials like that, because it does. It's like a people-oriented service business. Let's just be real. Let's call it what it is. So if, you know, you guys are happy, fucking let me know. I want to know. If you're not, what can I do better? Let me know. So yeah, we do have 3 more days together. If you're struggling, let me know in the group. This is where, you know, like, let me know. This is where I'm struggling. This is where I'm trying to go. Blah, 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 blah. Let me know how I can support you. Keep celebrating yourselves. If you guys want to continue working after our 3 days, the Inhale program is available. I will give you guys a whatever feels right to me. Since you guys are here and you made this investment in yourself, I will honor that for you all, and we can work something out. If you're interested in doing one-to-ones too, let me know. Or if you know anybody who you think this would be a perfect fit for, also let them know about this. This group is going to stay open. It might stay open indefinitely. I haven't decided how I'm going to run that on the back end yet. But I think it's going to be one of those foundational programs within my business. So I would love to know really your breakthroughs and your ahas. Yeah. Okay. I love you guys. Have an awesome rest of your Thursday. I know if you're here close to where I'm at, it is raining, but it's okay. It's a beautiful day. So, all right. Have a great day, you guys. Love you.